I am making the wine bleed. Hello, Will here, and today we are on Skyrim, and we will be checking out 3 mods for Skyrim. I think one of them is quite new, and the other 2 I think have been out for a little while, but I think they've recently had some updates to kind of recently-ish, or well, recent-ish at least. But we'll be checking them out. But the first one we're going to look at is... Now, I'm not going to be able to check out everything in this first one, because there is a lot to it. But as you can see, we are actually at the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot I took off the alternate fast start mod, so I have to go through the whole beginning bit again. But the first one we will be looking at is Oblivion Character System for Skyrim by Sir Ruin. Now, again, I'm not gonna be able to show you like every do this, because this does add quite a lot, and it does change quite a fair few amount of things. So one thing it changes is obviously stuff about the races. So as you can see, I'm looking at Nord here, but as you can see, the description for Nord is a little bit different. So yeah, citizens of Skyrim, they're all tall and haired people, strong and hardy, you know, this, that and the other, la la la. But as you can see at the bottom, we got Nords are 50% resistance to frost, and take 25% less damage when at 33% or lower health. So, one thing that this thing does change, out of many, is it alters the races a little bit. So, you know, the races have got like these new kind of passive abilities, because I think it does say in the mod's description that sort of like their greater powers have been removed. So instead of so as far as I'm aware, they no longer have greater powers, but they have these new passive abilities in their place. So for example, so it might be that Nords now don't have Battle Cry, but now they were always resistant to frost, but 25% less damage when at 33% or that lower health. That's new. So you know, that's one thing to do, new thing for the Nords. For the Khajiits here, Khajiit deal 12 additional points of Vanar damage. That was normal, though I think it's a little bit stronger, as I think it might have only been 4 points or something like that. So I think it's a little bit stronger now. Move 10% faster, so they are able to move a little bit faster. Take 40% less damage from falling, and are 15% weaker to fire. You know, so their passive abilities have changed, and each one has their own kind of more like unique kind of thing to them, which could actually be bit more useful. You know, Imperials, 10% better prices. I think that might have always been on them. I'm not 100% sure. Uses 30% less stamina when power attacking, and seem to find a few more septims more than other races. Yeah, them finding a few more septims. That's due to Imperial luck, I think. That might have been something they had in the past. So, you know, I'm not going to go for every single one, because obviously each and every single one's obviously got some kind of new ability. But they're a passive ability, so, you know, so they're not, it's not a power, it's not a thing you have to activate, it's there, it's on, kaboom. And that's that. It does also change aspects to the standing stones. Again, I think it removes any kind of greater power that the standing stone would give you, but instead it gives you a sort of a new remade unique passive ability. So, you know, obviously it's like stat changes and stuff like that, and I think it does that with, if not all of them, pretty much most of them. Leveling has been capped to 50 rather than normally being at least normally 81, unless you do a lot of the resets, which you can do thanks to the Dragonborn DLC. But now it's been capped to 50, so you know, you have to be a bit more careful with your perk points. So you have to think about where you actually want to put them. You know, so instead of just going like, oh, I'm going to put one there, I'm going to put one there, I'm going to put one there, blah 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 blah. It's like, oh, hold on, I only got a limited amount now. I have to think more carefully about where I want to put them. You know. Now there is a thing about classes as well, but I think I actually need to get through this first little bit, or at least to get into the keep, so I can check out the character's inventory, because it does add some spell tomes I think to you, which you use that to choose a class. So I'm just going to get this bit out of the way, and I will see you in the keep. Alright, now we got that out of the way. So when you start up a new game, because you do have to, they do recommend that you start with a new save file. It's not like you go onto it, use any kind of mods that allow you to get the race menu at any point in the game. Not entirely sure what this is. It could be just by the way that this mod works. So if you're going to use this mod, create a fresh new file. So once you've got everything all, you got your first, you got all that stuff done. As soon as you're able to get into inventory, you want to look at inventory, and you can see you've already got a bunch of books. So as you can see here, we've got class guide. So obviously you read this, and obviously what it will tell you is, so you got the stuff here. All classes have a primary stat focus or specialization. This term starting health, magicka, and carry weight. Combat, plus 60 health, minus 30 magicka, and minus 45 stamina and carry weight. Magic plus 60 magicka, minus health, and minus 45 stamina and carry weight. And stealth is plus 60 stamina and plus 90 carry and minus health and magicka. So, I mean, kind of, the minus 45 to stamina on the combat one doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Stamina and carry weight minus on the magic makes sense to me. But minus 40, unless that's a mistake, but minus 45 stamina on combat doesn't make a lot of sense to me, personally. But, other than specialization classes, also gain 2 bonuses to various stats known as attributes. Strength minus 20% power attack cost, intelligence 10% spell cost, willpower 40%, magicka regen. I know, obviously you can pause the video and read the book there, or you can download the mod and read it yourself. So you got all these, and you got all this that tells you here: acrobat, specialization, stealth, attributes, agility, endurance, skills. And this this obviously just gives you a little bit of a rundown of what each one does. As you can see, there is quite a lot of them. So you got a lot to choose from. Obviously, I'm not going to spend ages choosing a particular one, because I'm just showing you the one mod. So and then obviously each book, you got a book, you got a book, you got a book, you got a book, and you got all these books, and it gives you like a small little description to the book as well. And then once you picked out what class you want, you get a new spell learn, class acrobat. Okay, so let's have a look. And you got powers, and then that's it. It just, you get it, and that's it. There you go. So you have Night Eye if you're playing as a Khajiit, but then Night Eye you always have. So you might still have some of your powers if in particular other races. And as you can see here, you got your race thing there, and then you got your acrobat there. But you can always go, if you can't quite remember what you chose, you can always go back to this book and boom. Now I think it does say, and it does recommend to only do one book. That I don't know what happens if you read multiples of these. It might really bugger up your stats, and you might actually end up killing yourself. Possibly because you get your health down so low that your health goes into the minus because of like health drops. So therefore, then you just basically just kill yourself. So it's probably just best to pick one book, so then you know what kind of game style to go for. So it all depends on how you want to play it. Whether you want to play it as more of a sneaky kind of character, more of a magic kind of base user, more of a full-on combat user, or have a bit of a mishmash, but obviously I'm not going to look at all of them. That's for you lot to do. So you know, there's a lot into this, so this is only just like a very small scraping off the top of what this mod generally adds in, because as you can see there is a lot to take in. So obviously I'm not going to cover all here. But that was the Oblivion character system for Skyrim by Sir Ruin. And yeah, coupled this with, say, fast alternative start, which I stupidly turned off, it's a good way to start a new game, start from fresh. And if you're getting a bit bored of like just going into the game and you say to yourself like, "Oh, I want to play as a specific type of character," and then after playing the game for like an hour or so, you slowly start seeing yourself drift off, going back to your normal playing style. This kind of would more inclined to make you stick to that particular playing style. So if you chose monk, you would stick to what the monk is good at, rather than drifting off, going back to what your playing style was. But right, that's it for mod number 1. So let's say, you know, you've got your character, you've selected your character, but let's just say you've selected a character who's a bit more combat-y kind of based, you know. And you want to get some weapons, you want to get some new weapons, and you think, oh, well, I'm bored of using swords, or I'm bored of using axes. Daggers just aren't fun anymore. Well, mod number 2 will add in something a bit more unique, and it's something that looks just a little bit different. But for that, we need to go to the Sleeping Giant Inn. Alright, here we are with mod number 2. And this is one-handed and two-handed spears by All Cool J. And here we are again at the Sleeping Giant Inn. We weren't here that long ago, actually. Now, in here somewhere, I totally forgot to actually read in the description where it actually was in here. But in here somewhere will be something that will contain some spears for us. Alright. Round chest. It's just so when you come in for the door there, go to your right, come over to these barrels over here, and you're looking for this chest here. So let's have a look. So we have, so we got a golden spear, dark spear, ivory spear, polished gold spear, ooh, silver. We got a steel spear. Okay, we seem to have a left-handed dragon bone battle axe. Right-handed, don't know what the difference between those two actually are. Wolf lad, left-handed, wolf lad, right-handed. So you got a bunch of these things. I don't remember seeing these things in the description, so I might have to see what the difference between those are. So for now, we'll grab that and we'll grab that. And we got obviously we're gonna definitely want to grab some spears as well. I think. You also have melee staff. This weapon uses the animations of a staff. Attack power is increased with enchantments that fortify destruction skill. Okay. Obviously the damage output at the moment on my one, ignore it. Because the damage output when you want to be may end up being very, very different. As it says there 520. But let's just say if I was to equip that, I'm doing 52,000 attack damage. So be aware of that. You got blood spear. So you got we got a whole bunch of spears, but they obviously also come in left-handed, not left-handed, but obviously do come in two-handed and one-handed. So we'll grab an obsidian spear just to have a look at it, just so we can see what some of them look like. You know, I'm not going to look at every single one because you can see there is a lot in here. There is a lot. There is a lot of spears. We'll have a look at the corundum spear. Alright. So yeah, I'm not going to look at all of them because there is a lot in there. So the first thing we have, I actually equipped was a staff. So okay, so there's a staff. And I think what it will do is that it will actually hit. You know, you can use it to hit things. Oh, there you go. I am making the wine bleed. Okay, so obviously it's a bit rudimentary. But then obviously that it will be like that because of PS4 limitations. But I can make the table bleed.
Yep.
Bleed from me table bleed.
Wait, let me guess.
So that's that's the staff. What have we got? What else have we got? Going down. Okay, let's have a look at this. So left-handed Dragonbone Greatsword. Okay, so I don't see anything in my hand there.
I don't suppose I could convince you.
And I don't see anything in my hand here.
No.
Well,
but I'm not punching either. I am actually... Okay, so... That's weird. Now, I don't know if that is actually generally a bug. Or if it is because it obviously PS4 limitation. But obviously it does look a bit weird by the fact that you are...
Don't do that.
You know, I'm hitting things what effectively is with a sword, except I've got no sword in my hand because it's still on my back, as you can see. So obviously that one's a bit. So they're a bit, a bit buggy, shall we say? But when you get the spear, as you can see, okay, you can't really see too well there, but as you can see, I am actually holding the spear, and then. But when you put it away, you don't see it anymore. Then you take it out. You got a spear.
Divine smile on you, friend.
And stop. You know. And then I don't know what the two-handed one does. What the hell does the two-handed one do? You know, you're just holding it basically like it's a two-handed weapon. And you go smack, smack, smack. You know. So yeah, obviously, rudimentary-wise. It's a bit rudimentary, and obviously most of it works like any kind of other normal weapon. You know, obviously, you don't actually throw the things. Though there is possibly a way to do something for that, I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably a little bit more complex to get it to work. But, if you want to go run around with a spear, like a hunter-gatherer, there you go. There you go, you got a spear. Obviously, the speed I'm swinging at is because of a ring that my character is wearing, so she will swing a lot faster. So speed-wise, these weapons will probably be around about the same speed as what they are based on. So the normal speed of a two-handed weapon, normal speed of a one-handed weapon, maybe a little bit faster, maybe, but it's a change of weapon. But with the two-handed weapon spears, you can put them on your back, so you can actually literally physically see the spear. Which, person myself, that is probably the one that I would go for. Are the two-handed spears myself. So then you can actually physically see the spear on your back, and you can actually physically see them actually sort of like grabbing it, get the animation to actually get off your back, holding it in their hand, this, that, and the other. So though the one-handed ones obviously work, when you're attacking them, it's like you're playing like the Elder Scrolls Arena or the Elder Scrolls 2. What was it, Daggerfall or Hammerfell? I think it was Daggerfall. Back from like 20 odd years ago. It's like that kind of like, kind of animation. Very old, very clunky. So my recommendation would be, personally myself, if you were going to download this, I would download it for the two-handed spears. Personally, by personal taste. But if you want to use one-handed spears, then you could do that as well. So this was one-handed and two-handed spears by Overall Cool J. And once again, you're going to find them basically just inside the Sleeping Giant Inn. So, let's say, you picked your class, you picked who you want to be, you picked what kind of person you are. And you've come here, you've got yourself some weapons to, you know, defend yourself with. You know, you got some spears to smack around people's heads. Because unfortunately you can't jab them in the eye. But, you know, you can always try and jab them in the eye. But let's say you got all that. But now, let's say you want to make some friends. Because, let's face it, nobody really wants to be friends with Lydia. But I've only got her following around with me because, well, Balgruth bribed me to take her with me. So, you know, I don't really have much of a choice. You know, I don't really want to get on the bad side of the yard. But what happens if you want some other friends? Well, mod number 3 will sort that out. Duh. Gotta go make friends again. I mean, I've got enough friends already, haven't I? I mean, why do I need any more bloody friends? Let me look at them. Like an army of ants. There's so bloody money. Holy Jesus, and I can't get rid of them. Alright, and here we are with mod number 3. Now, this mod was recommended to me by Dragonblade Kal-El, so thank you for the suggestion. And this is... Hold on.
That takes care of that.
Right. So, yeah, you might just sort of part of it just happen there and then, without me doing anything. But as you can see, you know, you can see, well, you got one person over there, and they got a little tiny cat following them. Look at him run. He's so happy in the snow. But right, this is Path Stalkers. Oh yeah, my voice. No, this is Path Stalkers by Scarecrow. Now, this one also does add quite a fair few things in. So if you want to get a full rundown, I would say either go and read the description, or see if Scarecrow has made a video on it. I'm not entirely sure if they have or not, but they may have. But I'm just gonna give you like a little bit of a rundown with like this lodge that they have. So they have a lodge called Ursula's Lodge. So Ursula's Lodge is, you know, so here we have Nightgate Inn. We've got Ursula's Lodge there, or you go to Dawnstar, and you can put your marker around basically pretty much where this lake is, and then you'll probably see you'll see the icon on your compass, because you have to discover it yourself. It's not there straight away. So what this does is that this does quite a multitude of things. So as you can see, it gives the ability to summon, possibly summon animals. But yeah, so this adds in like a whole bunch of new followers. It allows you to be able to create totems or spells that allow you to summon animals to fight for you and stuff like this. And there's a whole bunch of bloody stuff, and I think there's also some stuff that you might be able to do like out in the world map, like some random encounters with other Path Stalkers and stuff like this and stuff like that. So, you know, there's quite a fair bit to this, but to keep this simplified for you lot, we'll look at the lodge. So if you want to go and find everything else, you know what you have to do, download it for yourself. So let's have a look. So who we got over here? We have Narcania, or Narcania.
Is that an amulet of Mara? I'm surprised someone like you isn't spoken for.
Yes, I am wearing an amulet of Mara, and no, I'm not spoken for, and no, you can't have me. But as you can see, she is a follower, and also I think, I don't know if it's all of them, but I know at least probably a chunk of them are marryable. But I also do believe there are also, like, the Gajit are also technically marryable, because normally the Gajit aren't marryable, but they've been set up into such a way where they can be marryable if you wanted to marry a Gajit. So Willow's just going to take over your job. Tay's going to do some tanning. And over here we got Talvika.
Look at you wearing an amulet of Mara.
You know,
Are
so
you
it's
saying you're-
same kind. Yes, but not for you. So shush. But yeah, so yeah, as you can see, you know, it's sort of set up all in the same way. They could be a follower. You can marry them if you want as well. Seem to have a whole bunch of stuff out here. Everything seems to be free for the taking, apparently. So cool. And over here we got Rajad, who's obviously a red guard, and Chop. All right. So let's go and have a look at those. So we definitely got a few people. Oh, that's just bloody rude now, isn't it? Go away. Nobody likes you. So let's go and have a actually look in the lodge. I don't know if there's any more followers in the lodge, but we'll go and have a look. Alright, and here we are. And it's... Ooh, the lighting's a bit weird. That might just be one of the mods that I've got running. So we'll get a torch out. Hoping it might create a bit more light. Oh. Okay, so I seem to be having sort of like a lighting problem, but that might just be because one of the mods I'm running is causing a bit of havoc with the light. So no, just bear with the light. So as you can see, we got a couple more followers. There might be a few more here.
Is that an amulet,
So yep,
Mara?
follower
I'm surprised someone
could
like
be
you wasn't
married.
spoken for.
Baywin. I'm gonna guess that's how you pronounce your name. Your name is looks so weird. But you got Baywin. You got Sebastine. Not Sebastian, but Sebastine. We got Raska. So slight variation, but Raska, and a teeny weeny hammer, specifically for basically to be able to eat some mud crab, which is kind of a bit rude considering there's a mud crab right over there.
Yes?
But as you can see, he doesn't sound like a Khajiit. He sounds like, well, I don't know, but it's but Raska there. You can marry him if you want. So he doesn't seem to be like a direct follower though. So maybe not all of them are followers, but maybe some of them are. But he can train you in a sneak.
Good day.
Yes, good day to you, you weird sounding cat. Madari, no, you're with me at the moment, Madari. We got Muddy.
Yes?
Okay, well Muddy can talk apparently. Hello, Muddy. So we got talking mud crabs. Yes. Talking mud crabs. Everybody. Who we got here? Kaylani.
Is that an amulet of Mara?
So another
I'm surprised
marriable.
someone like you isn't spoken
Follower.
for. Until
Hey,
next time.
I reckon. Okay, calm down. Calm down there, Kaylani. Who are you? Zenaga?
That amulet. I've seen the Nords wear these when they're looking to marry. With your strength, you should have no trouble.
Whose voice is that? I've never heard that line before. So, okay, so it's an orc. Are all orc strongholds guarded? So okay, so the voice is not. I've never heard that line before, ever. Just shows you how much I've talking to the orcs. But if you want to, you can
May your weapons be sharp.
you can
and your
marry a
prey
Thelma.
fresh.
I mean, like, but
Fight
if that's what you like, then go ahead. And you got Madari back there again, and you got some more people. And then we got looks like a room out back. Looks like, can you sleep in these? So yep, you can sleep in the beds if you want. I mean, okay, this lighting is a bit of an issue. it's like there's a rave party going on here. So that I don't know, they're going off like they're having a party or something. I don't know, it's fucking weird. But alright, so obviously you've seen that there's a whole bunch of followers, and I think there are more followers all strewn about the map that you can bump into randomly. And this, that, and the other. So if we have a look at here, Shrine of the Pack. So let's have a look. So here, so lure a wild boar to your aid for 10 minutes. So obviously these things, you can create items that allow you to call upon animals and stuff like that for you if you like. So I'm not going to make them because I probably don't have the stuff to make them, but you know, we'll have a look at some of the things that there are. Calls a boar to serve as your hunting companion. So you got totem, you got case by the lure, case by the totem, coyote. I'm gonna guess that's wolves, because there's no coyotes in Skyrim. It's too cold for coyotes. But you got foxes. I mean, I don't know what the hell the fox is gonna do for you. It's only tiny. You know, all you gotta do is kick it once and that's it. It's defeated. Goats. So we got heartwood. Which apparently requires a blade of woe. Don't know what that does. But no. But that's something for you lot to go and find out. What do you use heartwood for? It's probably something, and it's probably something deeper into it. So I'm probably going to keep this running so I can go and find out for myself. So I want you lot to go and find out for yourself as well. So, but you know, you can see, you create heartwood, but you do need a blade of woe to do it. And there's not many of those in the game. Mend pet fishes. Heals your companion animals, skeevers, wildcats, obviously. Wolf and wolfhound. Okay, I'm gonna guess that maybe wolf is obviously normal. I'm gonna guess wolfhound is probably something a bit, maybe a husky. And the coyote, maybe either a dog or maybe a slightly smaller wolf. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. But this thing you can make just for free. It doesn't require anything apparently. There you go. I love it. So you know, you got all of that to mess around with. Again, I'm gonna let you lot mess around with all that because I don't want to show you everything. One, because there's a lot in this mod to cover, and two, well, I want to give you a reason to go and download it for yourself. You know, if I show you everything about it, you're like, oh, I've seen it now, and there's no need for me to get it. No, get it. So I'm probably going to mess around with this in my own time and just mess around. But you know, I just wanted to show a little bit of it off, some of the little bits that you can do with it and stuff like this. I do believe this place isn't, you can't use this as a player home. So your best bet is to obviously don't store anything in it. Despite the fact that it seems to be fine for you to take things, like all of this, which I had no idea was in here, but there you go. You got a big fish. Hello, big fish. But since even though technically you can take what you want from here, it's still probably not a good idea to store stuff in here because, as far as I'm aware, it's not a play home. But you can always read the description because it may say in there if it is or not. So you know, that's just a little showing of Path Stalkers. You know, so it's a place where you can get plenty of friends, and if you've got the multiple follower system activated, you can come here and completely and utterly fill up on followers and have a miniature army after you. But right, that's it for this video. So in this video, again, we've had Path Stalkers by Scarecrow. So, you know, a very fun one to go through, try and find all the little things that he's put in here. Have fun with the animals and like basically being able to call animals to come and aid, you know, to fight for you and stuff like that. You know, you can have some fun with that. We've also had spears, well, one-handed and two-handed spears by All Cool J. Yeah, the left-handed, like the great swords with them being left-handed and right-handed. Some of them might be a little bit buggy, but you're not getting it for the great swords. You're getting them for the spears. And personally myself, I would get it for the two-handed spears, as they seem to have more of an actual manifestation of an actual object. But you know, it's a different type of weapon that you can have a mess around with. And also the Oblivion character system for Skyrim by Sir Ruin, which is just a nice new and more in-depth way to start a new game and to actually roleplay as a specific type of character. Whether you're going to be someone who's, you know, a monk or a witch hunter or an acrobat or whatever. You know, that's a good way to start that, because you limit yourself by what you do with that mod. So all good mods, I think. Actually, all nice selection, wide selection of mods in this video. And once again to Dragonblade Kal-El for suggesting past Stalkers. But that's it for this video. So please remember to like and subscribe, and to share this video with so many friends. If you want to suggest any mods to me, you can either let me know in the comments below, like what Dragonblade Kal-El does, or you can find me on Twitter and message me on there, or link me to a mod on there if you want me to look at it. Or you can go onto my Discord, which at the moment is a barren desert, but the Discord is there, and you know, people can join it whenever they want. You know, it's set up to go. If you want to join, you can join. If you don't, that's perfectly fine with me. You can find links to both my Twitter and the Discord in the channel banner. I could put them in the description, but it's not that hard to go to the channel banner. You know, just click on my channel, go to it, you know, go to the banner and click on the links. And whilst there, click on the subscribe as well. You know, may as well kill two birds with one stone there. But right, time for me to get out of here. So until next time, I'll see you all later.